Hello students, welcome to my channel Science No Problem. My name is Tish Kumar Sharma and I'm teaching you science. So students, like our previous videos, this video is also going to be very informative and very useful for you. So please watch the video till end. And the only my dear students request to you all is to like, share and subscribe our channel to motivate and support me, so that I bring you much more better, much more useful videos in future also. So without wasting any time, let's start our today's video. But my dear students, before we start our today's video, let's take a quick recapitulation of the things which we have studied in our previous video. So my dear students, in our previous video, we had studied actually ways to prevent rusting. So there were actually, we had discussed 5 ways to prevent rusting. Number 1 was by painting. So my dear students, when we paint an object which is made up of actually iron, so what happens that the paint, this acts as barrier between air and the metal itself. So metal does not actually come in direct contact to oxygen, and it remains actually protected from rust. Second was by applying grease or oil. So similarly, grease and oil also actually act as a barrier between oxygen and the metal. Then third was galvanization. Galvanization, I had told you, is a process actually by which what we do is we actually form a layer of metal zinc over object which is made up of iron. So what happens that actually it is zinc which gets actually oxidized, and I had told you that oxidation of zinc is good, because zinc oxide layer is very tough and it does not allow actually air to contact with the metal inside this layer. So rust is also prevented by this method. Then by tin plating or chromium plating, we had discussed this also, because tin and chromium are such metals which are resistant to corrosion. And then by alloying this iron with chromium and nickel to make stainless steel, because steel is also resistant to corrosion. So these ways we had discussed in detail in our previous video. So my dear students, if you don't know this, then please watch our previous video. Now what is today's video, today's topic? So my dear students, today's topic is rancidity. So let me tell you what is rancidity. So my dear students, rancidity actually is like corrosion is actually oxidation of metals, and rancidity is oxidation of food which is oily or fatty. So actually what happens that when food gets rancid, so what happens, it smell and taste, it smells bad, it smells it tastes bad and smells also bad. So actually this is what is rancidity. So rancidity is simply actually oxidation of fat or oil. So the definition is rancidity: oxidation of fat and oil marked by bad smell and bad taste is called rancidity. Once again, oxidation of fat and oil marked by bad smell and bad taste is called rancidity. So my dear students, you can write this definition. Please have a pen and notebook with you, so that the important point which I discuss in the class, you must write them down. So then my dear students, how, because now our food and actually what we say which is fried or which is oily, so actually that spoils So it is very important to prevent and rancidity of food. So what ways are there to prevent food from rancidity? So that is, number one is by adding antioxidant uh, like BHT or BHA to oily or fried food. Now, how we can prevent rancidity? By adding what? Antioxidants, antioxidants like BHT. What is the full form of BHT and what is the full form of BHA? So, my dear student, BHT is butylated hydroxytoluene. Butylated hydroxytoluene, and BHA is butylated hydroxyanisole. Anisole, butylated hydroxyanisole. So these are the, you must actually know these things, full forms of this I have told you. Once again, butylated hydroxytoluene and butylated hydroxyanisole. So these are actually antioxidants. So let me tell you what are actually antioxidants. So antioxidants are actually, my dear students, these are actually reducing agents which actually remove oxygen. So actually when there will be no oxygen, so oxidation will not be there. So this is very simple to understand this. So antioxidants are reducing agents which slow down oxidation. And I have told you in oxidation and reduction we have actually studied this. What are reducing agents? What are oxidizing agents? So reducing agents are those which, these are like reducing agents. So they remove oxygen. And what happens? That oxidation slows down. Then we have number two, by keeping fried food in packets containing nitrogen. Again, by keeping fried food in packets containing nitrogen. Now, nitrogen is, let me tell you, my dear students, nitrogen is actually unreactive gas. It is not much reactive. So what happens then when we fill actually packet with this nitrogen gas, which contains actually for example snacks like chips, etc. So what happens that when we fill that packet sorry, with the nitrogen gas, now nitrogen gas will displace oxygen or air from that packet, and hence there will be no oxidation, because oxygen is completely got removed from the packet. So there will be no oxygen left and oxidation will not be there. So we can prevent actually rancidity using nitrogen also. So my dear students, actually question from this is also actually asked in paper in board exams. Why nitrogen is filled in actually packets containing like snacks like chips like this. So please take care of this also. Once again, let me tell you what is the purpose of filling nitrogen in packets containing these chips. So purpose is that when we actually fill these packets with nitrogen, so nitrogen gas will displace, remove oxygen contained in that packet. So and when there will be no oxygen left, so there will be no oxidation. Then by keeping food items in refrigerator, by keeping food items in, food means which is actually oily or fried. So what happens that cooling also slows down oxidation. Cooling also slows down oxidation. So when we keep food items which are fried or oily in refrigerator, so again oxidation slows down and the food will not spoil easily. Then by keeping food items in airtight containers. So airtight containers means that air cannot actually come inside that container. So airtight. When there will be no air, so oxidation will not be there. And the last point is by keeping food items away from sunlight. Again, by keeping food items away from sunlight. So what happens that actually in oxidation also actually slows down in sunlight. Sorry, oxidation of oily food slows down in absence of light. In absence of light. In absence of light. In presence of light, actually what happens that oxidation becomes fast, and in absence of light, if there will be darkness, so oxidation will be slow oxidation. So my dear students, these are 6 ways by which we can prevent rancidity of food. So once again, by adding antioxidants like BST or BHA. Number 2, by keeping fried food, by actually filling nitrogen gas in container, actually in packets containing chips or snacks, etc. Number 3 was by keeping the food items in refrigerator. Then next is by keeping the food items in airtight containers, and by keeping food items away from sunlight. So these are the ways to prevent food from getting rancid. So my dear students, I hope that you understood this topic. Now I would like to give you questions based on this topic to test your knowledge, what you have studied, or to reinforce what you have studied. So let me give you some questions. My dear students, questions are very important actually. That the use of actually solving question is that you also come to understand that from the topic which we study, so how question can be asked in exams. So this is the use of actually solving questions, and questions are also actually important to test ourselves that how much we know, and questions also make actually the study more interesting also. And test questions are also very important to reinforce our actually knowledge or of the topic which we have studied. So questions are very useful. So first question which I am giving you is, which term is used to indicate when oily food gives bad smell? Which term is used to indicate when oily food gives bad smell? Question number 2, very simple question. What is the general name of the chemicals? What is the general name of the chemicals used to prevent rancidity? Prevent rancidity. Third question is, name 2 chemicals Name two chemicals or antioxidants to stop rancidity. To stop rancidity. Question number 4 is, what are antioxidants? What are antioxidants? Why are they added to food containing oil and fat? Why are they added to food containing oil and food? Question number 5 is last question. Explain why food items like potato chips. Explain why food items like potato chips containing fat are chips are contained in packets filled with nitrogen. Filled with nitrogen. So my dear students, these are questions for you. You will answer these questions yourself and test your knowledge. And if you have actually attended our this class attentively, so there will be no problem for you to give answers of these questions. And if you don't know the answer, then please again see this video actively, attentively, and then there is no question that you will not be able to answer these questions. So my dear students, this is all for today. So if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe our channel. So thank you very much for watching our channel. So keep watching our channel, keep learning and keep growing. So good luck.